All right, guys, meteorologist Elliot Wilson here. We've got another fitness segment for you, and today we're going to be talking about training high school athletes. And of course, we have one of many good trainers from D1 here with us. This is Kevin. First of all, Kevin, why don't you introduce us to yourself and tell us a little bit about your fitness journey and how you got to D1.
My name is Kevin Engelbrecht. I'm actually not one of our coaches. I'm the owner.
Yeah. Okay.
And we are blessed at D1 Waco to have a staff of 12 coaches, best in the business, all CS certified, which is the gold standard in sports performance training, meaning they could have the head job at any Division I college. I'm an old high school coach, so I coached and taught here locally for 13 years, was a principal for a short while, and I actually befriended a doctor who was the previous owner of D1, and he was telling me about D1, and I asked, what is D1? Is that like a recruiting service that you're, ripping off our high school kids?
Right.
He showed me, and literally, I walked in, and I hear this when people see D1 for the first time. I walked in, and I saw this Division I style, 40-yard turf, state-of-the-art equipment facility, and I said, in Waco? And he said yes. And I said, it's the best kept secret in Waco. He said, that's the problem. So thankfully, with a great staff and great team, we've turned that around, and we're very proud to offer, a D1 here in Waco. We have 63 facilities nationwide with 170 under contract, so we are expanding rapidly, and we're very proud of our facility here in Waco, which is ranked #1 in the system. That
is absolutely incredible. And if you've ever been inside of this place or seen the videos, it's just incredible. I mean, the facility is great, and the training is very intense, no matter whether you're an athlete in high school, college, or you also just have some everyday people that go there. But I really like the way you guys train the high school athletes, because you really push them to their limits. You put them through some hard stuff. So why don't you kind of take us through, well, we can start with this time of year. So this time of year, what are you guys doing with high schoolers?
Right about now, it's busy, because right now the seasons, football and volleyball seasons are ending for some schools, and they're having to make a determination what they thought of their season. More importantly, what their parents may have thought about their season. So were they content with B team? Now they want to go to the A team. Junior varsity, not so attractive anymore. They want to make varsity. So the season starts now. So we have our regular training classes for our developmental athletes ages 12 to 14, our elite athletes ages 15 to 18 for our group workouts. And we follow a 5-star proprietary workout modeled after Division I athletic programs. The 5-star program is a dynamic warm-up, performance phase, a strength phase, core and conditioning, and then a cool down. And we huddle up, and it's a 54-minute workout, and it's the basic building blocks of our training. And then we also offer D1 Overtime. It's our small group training. If you have a little bit more serious goal, a little more commitment, sports specific, we'll group them in groups by sports and work them out. And we also have a very extensive one-on-one program for personal training, and that's D1-on-1. We've been training midway varsity and junior varsity baseball for the last 2 months, and so they'll finish up December 22nd. They train with us 2 days a week, and it's 55 athletes. And that was our first team deal at D1 Waco. And if you'd have told me that, because right up the road they have the MAC, their facility models anything Baylor has. It's very nice, indoor facility, weights, but it was the opportunity to kind of have their own home of training. And what we do is kind of complement in conjunction with our strength staff there, because they have a great strength coach, and we kind of do the things they can't do or can't fit into the athletic period, and it's become their home. We trained them for 5 years, and according to Coach Cornblin, we're responsible for every home run and stolen base, and I'll accept that.
There you go, yeah.
But one thing is, we want to enhance and increase their performance this time of year, but also train them the right way. You mentioned our coaching staff, and we do have the best in the business, because injury prevention is a big thing of what we do too. If they're not on the field performing, this is anybody any good. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And watching these kids get trained there, it's really just intense and just awesome to watch. I've seen videos of kids doing deadlifts, they're doing full-on sprints, sometimes even weighted sprints. So maybe right now, since I think basketball season's about to start, I assume there's going to be a lot of kids coming in trying to work on speed and conditioning, just because obviously back and forth with basketball and whatnot. So why don't you kind of tell us how a basketball style of workout would be for a high school athlete, how you guys get rid of.
I can tell you, as an old coach, speed never slumps. So speed and acceleration, that's something that's very important, critical to what we do. We have a basketball, volleyball specific program. It's our vertical explosion program. So not only do we have a program designed to increase their speed and acceleration, first step quickness is the big thing right now for coaches, and lateral movement. So it's the strength, power, conditioning, and training to complement those movements. And then we, like you said, we rep it out, and it's intense. We bring the juice. We tell our athletes, I tell my coaches, if you're juiceful, you're useful. If you're juiceless, you're useless. So we make sure that our workouts are meaningful and just have really tremendous results, which are guaranteed in our program. So coaches love it, parents love it, and the athletes do too as well.
Yeah, and I'm sure with these intense workouts, it also really helps build up character in these athletes, because, you know, it's one thing to, you know, train maybe at your school if you're a high school student. Because I remember growing up in high school, we didn't have anything like D1, you know, it's just very basic stuff. So, I mean, getting to train with you guys is just a whole nother thing. It just physically prepares you, mentally prepares you too, because if you can survive D1, they can survive out in whatever sport they're doing.
Excellent point. One thing we're very proud of, and it's not window dressing or some cool marketing concept, but we have 12 character words that surround our turf. They're on our walls. The reason there are 12 is we award a character athlete each and every month in our scholastic populations. So as much as we are all about, you know, high level elite athletic performance, we want to, if that's all we do, if bigger, stronger, faster is the only thing we do, we failed. And we tell the athletes, we failed you. We want to make sure that we stress and that we make sure that we make a priority character development as well. Iron sharpens iron is on the back of our wall, and we don't leave that slogan, which we know where it came from, nor do we leave the character words on the wall. We rip them off the wall and we interweave them in the daily fabric of the athletes that we serve.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's a great way to keep people motivated too, you know. And, you know, so we have basketball that's about to happen. What are some other sports that you're about to train? Is baseball about to start training? Or
Baseball's fit. What we're really proud of is, traditionally you think athletic performance training in the off season. Well, it's really no off season, and it's not safe. So what we do is we do train a lot of our sports during the off season. Baseball is finishing up, soccer, football, and volleyball will start. But in season, we offer in-season training too, but we adjust it. We have a really effective periodization program. We adjust it, and we offer sports nutrition specific and recovery as well. So we make sure that we adjust the training and the programming for the athlete that's in season or currently out of season.
And I assume that when it's off season, I assume it's probably going to be a little bit more intense just to get them ready, and so they're not, like, you know, too gassed out or whatever during the season.
You're exactly right. Intensity, frequency of training, and the method of training all are adjusted and accommodated for the sport and season. So when it's off season, yeah, we're bringing that juice, as I mentioned.
Yeah.
But in season, we want to make sure, and we even offer some, you know, with coaches, give them the access where they can come in and talk things off the turf as well. Citizenship, character, as you mentioned, but it's more recovery, nutrition, and a lighter load, a lighter intensity of workout.
Okay, and then with regards to the nutrition, kind of give us an idea of what you'll give a high school athlete. Like, what kind of drinks are they having, what kind of carbs are they eating, and what just kind of foods in general, I guess.
I leave that to the experts, but here's some things I picked up from my coaches. Shakes are fakes. Shakes are for if it wasn't around 50 years ago, don't put it in your body. So it's really research and scientific back. We want to make sure it's not a fad or a gimmick, that it's good fuel for the body for whatever they're doing. And it has to be aligned with their goals. If they need to bulk up, put on weight, or take it off, or lean up a little bit, the certified sports nutritionists at our facility will make sure it's customized for that individual, and we do some for teams as well.
Very nice, and you know, I like that approach. You know, it's really good to have, like, just the whole foods, like, as natural as you can be. So probably they eat a good amount of meat, and probably like some kind of veggie for a carb, and just keeping it very, also very simple as well. So
simple but effective.
Yes, very effective.
We tell our athletes, you can't out-train what you eat, and so nutrition is a critical, very essential part of our overall approach.
Yeah, absolutely. And I remember, and I wish I'd learned this in high school. I played a few sports in high school. I mean, I wasn't very good, but, you know, with the workouts, they were very intense. And I remember, you know, learning this the hard way. You know, a lot of kids would just eat junk food. They didn't have someone like D1 teaching them really how to eat. And if you, I mean, yeah, as a teenager, you're going to have a high metabolism. You may not put on fat, but the problem is if you're eating like garbage all the time, you're going to go into these workouts, you're going to be exhausted, and you're going to, you're not going to be able to finish them. So the nutrition also gives you the right amount of energy and also cues your nervous system and all of that.
So right.
And
It's not just limited to computers, but garbage in, garbage out. So we make sure that what they're putting in their bodies is the right thing they're putting into their bodies.
So the type of workouts, because we kind of talked about athletics. So if someone's coming in, like a high schooler comes and says, hey, I want to bulk up, I really want to put on muscle. They may not even be playing a sport. They may just want to, just look good. Any high school guy just wants to look good and have that lean look. What are those workouts like? I assume probably like deadlifts, maybe HIIT workouts to keep them fairly lean. How does that go?
Yeah, so every athlete, whether it's a complete team that we bring in or an individual athlete, they do a comprehensive athletic assessment. We call it the GPA. That's kind of something they're used to for school, but it's the graded performance assessment. So we test their speed, their acceleration, their power, and then either place them in one-on-one situation or the groups that we talked about. It's like a prescription, no different than you go to the doctor, they prescribe what you should take. Based on the assessment, we prescribe whether it's our group classes that are age appropriate and or we have a training age that we use. So based on that athlete's performance in the assessment, we make sure that they are placed appropriately in our workouts. This time of year or so, former NFL players will come in and train with us as well. So Andrew Billings, who played at Baylor, who's with the pro team now, he actually trained with us, got great results, left to go to Florida with his NFL guys, regressed. His dad brought him back to D1 to finish out his training. So the high school athletes see that and know that they're all the effort they're giving is going to pay off one day. God rewards honest effort.
So NFL players will come and you guys will train them as well.
Absolutely. We trained Jared Stidham for his 4 months when he was taking junior college classes. So we coordinated. Auburn had called and wanted to know what we were doing, and we told them. They interviewed our coaches, and they were super impressed. So we trained Jarrett when he was here, and then Andrew Billings comes and trains with us consistently each and every offseason.
Okay, that's really, really cool. Yeah, so if the NFL athletes are getting training from them, you can easily do it as a high schooler too, and that's just going to be a great way to start your athletic career. Just getting the perfect training right at the start. Last thing, for high school athletes that do want to train at your guys' facilities, where can they go to sign up, or how does that process go?
The easiest way to remember is d1waco.com is our website, so you can check out everything we've talked about. At the bottom is a tries for free, so you just fill that out, and one of our staff members will contact you and set up that assessment and bring you in, talk about your goals, and take you through an assessment, offer you a free trial to kind of see what it's like, or your coaches or parents. Or you can call the facility, 254-751-1670. You can also click on @D1Waco on our Instagram, and there's a little link tree there. But d1waco.com, check everything out we talked about, and try us for free. Experience the difference today.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
I love watching what you guys do over there. And if there's high schoolers watching this, you guys got to try out D1. It'll get you ready for any sport and just get your fitness all under control, and you'll be in great shape even before you get out into college and even the real world. So be sure to try it out. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.